Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing just another little EA renovation, and this one is using custom content, so I will be sure to try and leave all of the creator links in the description down below. If I said that already, I'm not sure. But yeah, I have been kind of in a rut with content lady. Yeah, I've been in a rut, lady. No, but I've been in a little bit of a creative slump lately with my YouTube channel lately, and so I said lately so many times there. But yeah, I just needed to try something a little different, so I'm changing up the format just a slight bit here in this video. Basically, the first part that you're seeing here, me talking and doing the sped up footage and stuff, like this is a normal part of the video, but instead of screenshots at the end, I thought I would do a little video tour along with you all with webcam and everything. So I just wanted to experiment, and that's what I'm going to be doing with my videos for a bit. Is I'm going to be changing up how I approach content, like how they're set up and like what order I do things in. I want to try new things. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I hope that you all like this type of format, or like the future formats that I try. So in this video though, I am renovating a rustic residence. It's just a starter house in Windenburg, and of course I'm going CC crazy. A lot of it is, Peacemaker CC, as well as a few things by MAXIS'S, Illogical Sims. What else? Who else? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Dream Team Sims, there's some paintings in there by them. Mutsk as well, Mutsk on the Sims resource. They're kind of amazing. Their windows are incredible. But I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head currently, but it's a really cool build. I wanted to make this a really contemporary, kind of modern styled family house. So and I also added an attic as well, which you all will see in the video tour a little bit more in detail, because it might be a little bit crazy because I go back and forth a lot with doing the roofing and everything, and in the sped up part of this build it's gonna be crazy. So but anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the formats as well. I actually started a video already last night. That's how excited I was about this. Actually, it's kind of crazy how excited I am. But basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying out doing like a beginning of the video where, like, right now I want to do renovations, right? So what I want to do is start out the video by looking up the creator, finding the build that I'm going to renovate. It's usually going to be one of your all's builds from Twitter or whatever, and just talking about the build, what I like about it, what I want to change, and then going into a little bit where I might speed up the footage and just work on it kind of on my own. And then if I feel like I need to talk about something specific, or I want to like discuss something, I'll stop there and I'll record a real-time section with webcam, and then I'll be like one-on-one with you all and be like, hey, I like this and this about it, I'm gonna change this up, etc. Just because I feel like my favorite thing about building is interior design. I love decorating things, and I've been getting really burnt out and just kind of kind of bored basically of what I've been doing lately with just what content that I have. So I am going to be experimenting with more CC. I'm going to be playing around with things and just kind of throwing all things out the window and just kind of going crazy. So bear with me during all this. It's just an experimental phase with my content, if you will. But yeah, I'm really excited about this setup. I guess it's actually inspiring me to want to do more content. So yeah, I can't really remember what specifically I talked about or will be talking about. It's such a weird thing in the video tour, because I will be kind of discussing it with you all. But I really love this house. I try not to change the floor plan, or not the floor plan, but the shape all that much, but I kind of did. So, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but it's not a realistic renovation because this, and this. I'm like, well, hun, it's a video game. It's not going to be a realistic renovation. It's just me using a house as a base and just kind of going crazy with it and doing whatever I want, because I've been getting really bored of building houses lately, because basically whenever I build a house, I have to really think of something good. And I have a lot of pressure on myself, of course, but it's just, I took this quiz, and it's called mycreativetype.com. It's made by Adobe. And basically, my creative type is the thinker. And essentially, my biggest flaw as a thinker is, yes, I have all these ideas, and I'm full of just creativity, and there's so much going on, except I have trouble bridging the gap between theory and practice. So I find myself, sitting in this, like, I don't even know what to call it, but like, just I sit in this constant thinking of what I want to do, but I don't actually do it. Like, oh, I have all these video ideas, but I'm too afraid to actually execute them because I'm afraid I'm not going to do them as well as my mind thinks that they will. So it's all confusing, it's all crazy, but yeah, I just need to kind of start pushing myself a little bit more, and just to kind of start making myself actually practice the thoughts that I've been having, I guess. But yeah, it's a lot to kind of break down, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, what else have I been up to lately? Lately, I have been, like I said, taking a break from YouTube a little bit. I haven't really been feeling very inspired to do content, because I've just been doing the same old content for 3.5 years. So I thought I'm changing it up and doing something different, and that means I am starting to live stream more often. I try to do live streams like on the weekends or in the middle of the week, or whatever days that I have off anymore, because I work part-time, and I have a changing schedule, so it's not something I can like say, oh, I'm gonna stream on this day, because sometimes I'll have to work the next day, or sometimes I work that day and I'm just like too tired. But I am changing up what I stream to. I'm gonna be streaming The Sims 4, obviously, because I do love building and stuff with you all, but I do definitely want to start streaming Stardew Valley, and more Overwatch, and also maybe even some Lego Harry Potter for a change. I have that too. I'm pretty sure that you all would enjoy that, I hope. It's genuinely one of my favorite games ever to ever exist, is the Lego Harry Potter series. It's not even because of Harry Potter, it's simply because it's just beautiful and charming and silly, and just, yeah, it's just everything about it's really good. So I definitely want to play that with you all. I have both 1 through 4 and 5 through 7, so I definitely want to kind of play through it all again with you all, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what I'm up to, what I'm in the mood for. So yeah, but oh my goodness, y'all, I loved this house. I'm just looking back on it, I'm like, girl, I'm so good at building. but I'm serious, like, I genuinely had so much fun building this, because I didn't feel limited. I didn't feel like I had to make a decision, and I just feel like when I build with CC, I feel like more like I'm designing a house in real life, and when I'm building with just EA content, I feel like I'm playing a game. So, and it's fun to just use the EA content, but let's be real, I love interior design, and it's my passion. It's something I've always loved ever since I was really young, and that's why I play The Sims. Let's be real. I want to build houses and design houses, and so I am going to be using custom content a little bit more frequently on my channel. I have used it quite a lot in the past, but I feel like I've kind of fallen out of it for a while, because I felt so pressured by like the community, I guess. It's just because there's a lot of builders in the community that are very not against, but they just don't use CC, and they kind of unintentionally set this standard for the YouTube channel, like the YouTube community of simmers, that, oh, CC is bad, you shouldn't use CC, no CC, that's bad. Like, when there's absolutely nothing wrong with using custom content. It's just content made by creators that are not EA, and it's free content, and yeah, sure, it can be buggy sometimes, it can be glitchy, it can break, it can stop working, it can cause it can conflict. It's just, there is a lot of factors you have to consider with custom content, but at the end of the day, if you keep your game updated, and you keep updated with with the creators. I highly recommend Peacemaker out of all the CC creators out there. There's a lot of amazing CC creators too, but like Peacemaker is my favorite because he is constantly putting out new content, but also he's really like on it when it comes to updating his content. So yeah, I'm super in love with his CC, just saying. I use a lot of his CC. MAXIS'S, I don't know about MAXIS'S, how quickly they update their CC. I don't really think they do update their CC, but a lot of their CC is amazing. It's just, there's like a lot of like IKEA stuff, which is my jam. You know how much I love me some, you know, basic, contemporary, modern, you know, furniture. That's something we don't really have a lot of in The Sims 4. Like, I feel like the mid-century modern contemporary modern slash stuff, like I feel like a lot of that stuff that we have in the game, it's, you know, kind of like the stuff from the base game that's supposed to be modern. You know, it's kind of this weird retro, like it's like the actual definition of modern, and I don't feel like that's what people really want as much unless they're building something specifically styled in that. Because when you say modern, it's usually in reference to like the 50s and 60s and that style era. Like, you know, the furniture was, you know, trying to kind of push boundaries and it was basically kind of, you know, how things are in cycles. Everything with, you know, with fashion, design, etc., it's all in cycles. So, you know, the 50s and 60s during that time, at least with, you know, more contemporary stuff, it was very modern and it was trying to kind of push against or kind of flip around the traditional stuff that was so common in the 40s and 30s and stuff like that, or in general all of it, because it was just, everything was very traditional up until that point. And so I could just be, you know, totally wrong about all this. I could be just spitballing into the ether, but just take everything out today with a grain of salt, just saying. But yeah, you know, and then, you know, obviously the 70s happened and everything was very brown, very woody, very orange, very yellow, and hints of green, olive green specifically. It was just, you know, it was a look, it was a style. Yeah. And then, you know, 80s, very colorful, very much neon, vibrant, like kind of like the total opposite. And then the 90s kind of took a step back a little bit, and it was a little bit more neutral, a little bit more minimal, and a little bit more clean. And then, you know, it's just, that's kind of what happens, is you get like a push and a give and like a, you know, back and forth. And I would say right now in the contemporary era that we're living in, I feel like it's a nice balance of everything. Like, we get some pops of color, but then we also have the minimalist kind of whites and grays with wood tones, and then sometimes we'll get like a pop of yellow or a pop of, you know, pink or something, you know. So I really am like enjoying like building in that style and everything. I just love this teen's bedroom. I don't know why. It's just so cute. I love just the bedroom itself. It's just got that, the color scheme is my favorite. But yeah, I just went on a huge tangent about something that I really don't know much about, but I'm just kind of guessing because, you know, interior design and fashion, while they are different, they do kind of, you know, their design, and they revolve around colors and, you know, people, you know, using things in everyday life. So it makes sense, I guess, for things to kind of go hand in hand. But yeah, do let me know what your thoughts are. Like, if any of you all are interior designers or know more about me, which is, you know, most likely true, because like I don't really know what I'm doing. I need to actually watch some more videos on interior design. If any of you all have any recommendations for, like, you know, YouTube series, I don't know, anything that has to do with like not just like an HGTV show, but more like where they actually break down interior design and be like, okay, this is why these colors go together, or, you know, this is why this room is set up in this way. Because interior design in itself it's not only an art form, but it's also like a science in the same way. Like, it's like a social science, ergonomics kind of thing, because, you know, you're designing a layout of a house to be lived in and to be comfortable in and to be useful and practical, but also aesthetically pleasing. So it's like a nice balance of the two, which is kind of up my alley, which is real, because, you know, I've always been like into science and like ergonomics and stuff like that, but I've also always been really, really creative. So interior design has always been my my thing that I want to do. And, you know, living in Eastern Kentucky, I'm feeling a little bit limited because I don't know what to do with it because, you know, not everybody, not anybody barely, unless you're like super rich and you live in like Lexington or Louisville and you like got all that money and you can just be like, oh, I'm just gonna hire an interior designer, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong, people who hired interior designers to design their places, I'm like, you know what, you do you, boo. You're paying money to people that are working, so there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say there. But yeah, that doesn't really happen where I live because, you know, it's rural Kentucky and, you know, a lot of people just kind of do whatever. And then some people don't even know that they need an interior designer because, girl, some people do. Let's be real. Some people do. No shade to anybody I know, which is false because, you know, y'all need some help. Y'all need some milk. But seriously, yeah, I want to do that as my career in the future, but it's just, I'm going to be turning 24 soon, and the idea of going back to school and paying all the money and, you know, trying to work full time and then do that in the future, I genuinely am like, how am I going to do this? Like, what am I going to do? I know people can do it, but I am one of those people that I get exhausted really quickly with stuff. So I don't know. I'm going to try to look into things. I need to desperately because even me and my therapist have talked about it. He's like, hey, you know, you've got these goals. You know, the next step is to kind of start, you know, taking baby steps towards, you know, achieving those goals. And, you know, he said that, you know, it'll make me feel a lot more confident and accomplished with myself. Even just taking one baby step will help take the next. So it's pretty cool to hear it in that way, I guess. So yeah, I don't know what to do with it because let's be real, I could just do it online. Hey, but yeah. Anyway, so I thought that I would, you know, talk a little bit more about, you know, formatting and videos and stuff like that, even though I've talked about it pretty in depth already. Basically, you know, along with this style of format and the Let's Build kind of, you know, half and half format that I want to do, like basically, like I said earlier, I think I want to like do parts where it's sped up and then do other parts where it's, you know, talking, but like basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be renovating, you know, your all's builds. And so what I recommend is on my Twitter, which I'm actually going to pin the tweet so I don't lose it. I basically asked you all, you know, your EA IDs so I could, you know, look you up on the gallery and then just find a build that you know, speaks to me and just kind of renovate it. And I'm not going to say fix it because, you know, to each their own, everybody, you know, has their own building style and everything, but I just want to kind of take something and make it my own. So I don't have to think too much about the whole thing. I don't even know what I was going to go with there, but yeah, I totally forgot to put anything on that balcony too. Whoops. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, being a thinker instead of a doer when it comes to creativity stuff, I feel like I kind of have to work with that instead of fighting against it. So having you all do the building for me and then doing the interior design, it's a lot better, and it'll kind of get me into, I guess, working towards doing my own new content and stuff. But yeah, this little section of the voiceover is going to be ending really, really soon. I am going to be jumping into a video tour in a bit, and you will see my face, of course. I got a new webcam. The lighting wasn't great last night. I just kind of did that impromptu because I was like, you know what? I don't want to do screenshots. I want to do a video tour, and to heck with screenshots because I'm kind of tired of taking screenshots because, you know, you got to do the right angle, and sometimes you can't really see things very good and all that stuff, and I just, you know, yeah. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this a little bit, and we're gonna jump into the little video tour in just a little bit, so yeah, stay tuned. Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome to the video tour part of this video build thing. But yeah, I haven't recorded the voiceover for this yet, so I have no idea what I talked about, but basically, as you can see, I'm gonna do a little video tour at the end of these videos because I don't really want to do screenshots anymore because I'm bored of doing the same old thing. So here we are. in the house that we just renovated. So as you can see, I did use CC, of course. I probably talked about that already, but here's the front porch. Very basic deck, very basic. The hanging plants, they're from the Plum Bob Tea Society, pretty sure, could be wrong. But yeah, then we can move on into the living room and kitchen area. So here's the kitchen, very nice, very cute. I love the mismatched stools. Of course, we have the dining space. It's a very basic dining space for 2. I really should have put like 4 because this house could definitely be for 4 Sims at least. I'm looking at myself. What am I doing? I shouldn't be doing that. I should be looking there. I'm sorry. And then I used this really cool siding from Peacemaker inside just because I thought, you know, bring the outside in, am I right? And then lovely living room, very simple, very basic. It has a little tiny stove here that doesn't have any wood in it, but a little tiny stove, some slanted windows by Mutsk, and just like a nice modern contemporary kind of color scheme. And then we lead on into the hallway office. This is actually inspired by Raw Beauty Christie, her recent video where she turned a hallway into her editing space, and I thought a little bit of a homage. It's kind of basic, but you know. This is a teen's bedroom. I went with like a pink tone. I kind of saw them as being like an artist. Honestly, I would love this bedroom if I was a teenager still, but I still like this bedroom nonetheless. So, and then we head on into the master, which has like a nice bedroom and a fan by Logical Sims. And then this is where you walk in, and it's like a little, I guess you could just say it's like a little dressing area. And then I really love the view of the room, and then it's got all these windows, and I know that's a computer in the sunlight, don't get me started, but it's just like a nice little space, super cute. And leading on into the bathroom, again, I'm going with a carrot color scheme. I'm looking at myself, but I'm going for the carrot color scheme that we talked about in a stream some time ago. Basically, the green and the orange kind of goes together in a way that it looks like a carrot. So why not? And I kept it kind of green and simple in this bathroom. You know, keep it simple in a bathroom. Why would you go over complicated in a bathroom? It's a bathroom. You go in there to do your business, and then you're out. And then we can go on up to the attic space. I decided to turn this attic space into just like a separate like apartment for maybe a young adult. And so they got like a nice little living room with some cool paintings. I believe these are by Dream Team Sims. I love their CC paintings. And these I believe are by MAXIS'S. So yeah, and then like a little sleeping area. I thought it was kind of a different take, like having a sleeping area next to the living room. And then this cool hallway with some skylights, and you can see that texture though, honey. And then that leads into a kitchen. It's like a simple, very rudimentary kitchen. It's got like a mini fridge and, you know, a sink and a little 2-burner stove, and then just like a little coffee pot. Very basic, definitely not like a full kitchen. And then the office, which is very minimal. And then a little teeny tiny bathroom with a green aesthetic, and yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video, as well as this this build. So I will be sure to I'm gonna go ahead and show you really quickly the floor plan. So here is the attic space. I love the attic space. I've kind of fallen in love with building attic spaces. I had to adjust the roof. And then here is the floor plan to the rest of the build. And I'll turn the grid off so you can kind of get an idea, or leave it on actually, because you all might need that to kind of get the room tour. But basically, this is my renovation of the rustic residence located in the countryside of Wittenberg. It is a starter house, and yes, I did add on to it a bit and move some walls around, but you know, it's a video game. At the end of the day, I'm just having fun and just building whatever I want, and using this house as a base was such a good idea because I felt so inspired to build it. But yeah, here is a final little look at the house. It's super cute. But please do let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm currently going through a phase with my videos and my YouTube channel where I'm trying to figure out what I want to do and when I want to do it. And yes, I have acne cream on my face. Shut up. I just noticed that. But yeah, like, do let me know what you all think of this type of format of video. It's really just an experiment. I actually plan on doing more videos like this where I take your builds and I just kind of go crazy with them with custom content or no custom content. It really just depends on my mood, but I'm currently in a CC mood right now, and I thought, why not just kind of give it a little bit of a wing, you know? That sounded kind of weird, and yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe, become a love good. And yes, I'm still getting used to the webcam. It's just, I'm so used to looking at myself, and I hate that because it's a habit that I need to break, but I guess that's all creators things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.